$20 million and counting. That's the price tag on Michigan's race for governor.
The ads impossible to escape, but do they work? Fox 17 political reporter Paul Cicchini joins us in studio now to dissect the spending as you decide 2014. Paul?
Yeah, the Michigan Campaign Finance Network says the spending should continue to soar as we get closer to November 4, now just 14 days away.
Ads have inundated the airwaves in Michigan.
This is not a particularly unusual gubernatorial race, both from the perspective of the scale of spending. You know, this thing will end up coming in somewhere around $40 million.
Rich Robinson with the Michigan Campaign Finance Network tells Fox 17 the massive spending for and against incumbent Republican Governor Rick Snyder and Democrat Mark Schauer should have been expected, but adds it's really up to the perceived underdog to spend big early in the race. That money went towards supporting Schauer.
When you're behind like that, you've got to spend more heavily to try to lift your name identification, try to get some identification in the voters' minds of where you stand on issues.
John Clark, a professor of political science at Western Michigan University, says even though Schauer had a lengthy political resume, he wasn't well known across the state, so the ads have worked.
The opportunity that he's had to use advertising to raise his name recognition has, I think, been very helpful.
Robinson says it's also helped that the spending on both sides has been about equal.
At least both sides are well enough funded in both of these campaigns that nobody's been drowned out by the other side. You know, the viewers have got a chance to evaluate what they've seen and heard.
With just 2 weeks until the election, it's now about getting out the vote.
Both parties now and some affiliated groups are working diligently at voter identification and getting messages to voters to get out the vote.
Street.
All right, now, according to polling aggregator Real Clear Politics, Governor Snyder leads Democrat Mark Schauer by just 3 points. But keep in mind, while Schauer has really closed the gap significantly from when they really started tracking this race back in November of last year, Governor Snyder has kind of maintained this 3-point lead or so. So it's really going to come down to, as you heard these guys say, the vote and the voter turnout that we've talked about, and whether people have already cast their ballots and the messages that they took from those ads into the polling booth.
Not leaving anything to chance in these last 2 weeks.
No, certainly not. You're going to see a lot more visits by some high-profile guests tomorrow. Bill Clinton's in the Flint area. President Obama is going to be coming to Michigan sometime in the next couple weeks as well. So you're going to see it on both sides of the aisle, though, and telling people to get out the vote, cast their ballot for their candidate.
All right. Thanks, Paul.
At least 7 women found dead.